Hello, I'm Aisha Stevens and I'm kind of obsessed with myself. Or my collection of self-portraits would lead you to believe that. Join me today while I explain to you how drawing self-portraits is actually a beautiful form of self-care. And while I have your attention, this week's been a tough week for many people. In terms of the Black Lives Matter movement and everything that's gone on this week, I know that my platform is relatively small, but I feel that I should still reach out to you guys, check you're okay, and ask you to find petitions, find places you can donate directly to the movement or to the families affected by these events, and to try and educate yourself maybe if you feel like you lack knowledge on the topic, so that we can all become more aware together and grow together and pull together to combat this and to make the world a better place. So I'll put some things, some resources, some petitions, links to donate in my description if you want to check it out, be my guest. I would love you to do that. I just feel like I've always said that if I had a platform, I would use it to do good and to spread love, and I have one, kind of. So self-portraits help you become more comfortable in your face. Whether you put on a bit of makeup beforehand, or you do your hair nicely, or maybe you want to practice bits that you don't like as much. So maybe you'll tie your hair in a ponytail, for example, because I always draw myself with hair down. So today we're going to be challenging that. And I think I might try drawing myself with glasses, because I often don't. Because drawing glasses is hard. Use the answer. So if you want to go and get ready, if you're not already ready, just go and run off and do your hair, put some makeup on, get changed into some fancy clothes. Go for it. Pause the video and I'll still be here, I promise. So now you're back and you're feeling good, you're feeling nice. You might want to go and grab a mirror, or you might want to take a selfie, which is what I'm gonna do here. I'll just take a picture of the room, flip the camera up. Okay. It's really hard to take a picture on an iPad, and I remember I did it once at uni and I was like, that is interesting. Right. So, I did a poll this morning. I didn't leave it up for very long, or I did leave it up for a little bit, but I am not going to wait for the results. Most people have already said that I should do a digital portrait today rather than a traditional portrait, so that's what I'm going to do. For self-portraits, I like to do a square canvas if you're doing digital, and if I'm doing a self-portrait in traditional, I usually go for a sketchbook like this. I can't find the one I use all the time, like I literally don't know where it is. She's yellow. I usually do things like with oil pastel in this book, like this Declan McKenna inspired print. So I'm going to draw Head and Shoulders today, because I feel like Head and Shoulders is good for the square canvas because it just frames it well. I usually start off with a circle to form the head, and then I draw a random shape around that I can form my face around. Oh wait, I forgot to insert the picture. Okay, I'm going to insert the picture. Yeah, I resize the canvas a lot so that I can fit the reference images in and then crop it back down once I finish the picture, because I just feel like that's tidier and nicer. Let me talk to you about why I like self-portraits so much. So I've always been raised to be arty. I come from a fairly creative family, which is quite nice. A lot of people don't have that chance to explore what they can do creatively, and then these are the kind of people that are like, oh, you can draw so well, I could never draw like that. And it's like, you could, it's just practice. I wouldn't be like where I am at the moment without practicing. You don't just wake up and be Picasso. It's all practice. And anyone can learn how to draw, much like anyone can cook. Self-portraits are amazing for practicing self-care, in my opinion, because you are becoming more comfortable with looking at your face and seeing the beauty in those features and putting them down on paper. You're committing your beautiful face to paper, and that is really nice. And when you feel down, I think doing something like this, it can raise your self-esteem. You can be kind to yourself, or you can be less kind to yourself when you're drawing a portrait, a self-portrait. But the fact still stands that at the end of the process, once you have the finished piece, you've created something, and that's something to be proud of. Whether you like the way it looks or not, you've created something, and I think that's really cool. And you should be proud of yourself for having the motivation to do that, to create. Everything is just a matter of practice, whether it's art, whether it's writing, whether it's running a race. That's practice. I'm terrible at running, and that's because I don't practice it, because I don't enjoy it. So practice things you enjoy. If you enjoy making art, practice it and you'll get better. You'll notice results. I loved drawing when I was in year 8, and I'm not in year 8 now. I still do it, and I've improved. The only reason I really worked at my art is because I had a phase where I was really into anime, and I wanted to, and manga. My favourite series was Sunshine Sketch, which was an anime and a manga, and I wanted to try and get to that style. As the years went on, I decided I preferred cartoons and cartoon style a bit more, so then I branched out into comic books, and so I think I have all of those things have kind of helped to contribute to the kind of style that I'm working with at the moment, which is like a comic bookish, cartoonish style. Even though this is kind of a plain t-shirt, but it does say paranormal investigator on it. So I'm gonna have to work on the handwriting for that. I'd say on average a portrait of myself, because obviously I know what I look like, but when it comes to like commissions and things, it's a bit more difficult. A portrait of myself takes on average about an hour and a half if I want to really colour it and get it to a standard. I haven't had anything to eat today except a yellow crocodile tangfastic, and I need to drink some water when this is done because it's 2:07 and I am yet to experience that H2O. Oh, I'm not leaning on anything, that would probably be a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna leave the letters for a minute because it's too much pressure. So let's move on to the glasses. Nope, the earrings. Let's move on to the earrings. So I got these little face earrings from Depop because I saw the abstract face designs people were going for, and I thought that is really cute. Okay, I can't see him very much in the picture, so I'm just gonna improvise this. And he has a nose, eyelashes, eye like that. Yeah, that's doing me fine. And a little mouth. Yep. Okay, I'm happy with that. Glasses are always really hard for me to draw. I know that they shouldn't be because I have them and I should draw them a lot, but I just don't, because I don't enjoy them. I don't enjoy drawing them, which is kind of mean, but that is just how it's gone down. Because because I used to draw a lot of glasses, but they weren't brilliant. I just kind of gave up, I think it's because there's such a uniform item on the face. Like, most things can afford to be a little bit skeweth because not everything is perfect, but glasses are obviously made to be perfect, so there's always the pressure to try and get them to a point where they look neat. Now onto the dreaded t-shirt logo design. I probably won't talk very much for this bit, so I'm just gonna put a time lapse. Okay, I think I'm done with the line art to an extent. I know that there's more creases in the shirt, but I don't want to do that, so I just want to low-key me chillin' like portrait. So we're going to move on to line art. So I want to use a brownish black to line this. What brush shall we use? I like using ink bleed at the moment on Procreate because it has like a sketchy kind of feel to it, but it gets the job done and looks like I've used a pen. So when I'm lining, I usually go for the eyes first because they're quite an isolated item on the face. I usually colour my pupils in black because I have really dark brown eyes, and so the dark brown doesn't really show up anyway if you colour them in dark brown. Then I go in with the nails. Oh, it takes a few tries sometimes because I'm not very patient when it comes to things. I like to have pieces finished relatively quickly, which is a blessing and a curse. So sometimes when I'm lining, I try and do it all in one swift motion, and it takes like a lot of tries because I'm like I keep rubbing it out. I think this is going good so far. I like how it looks. How is yours going? Let me know in the comments. I think this would be a kind of a cool series to do as I get better, like an art with Aisha kind of series. I'm always trying to learn new skills because that's how you grow as an artist. So we should all grow together and create a community. Okay, so yes. Move on to the mouth. No, let's move on to the glasses. I like to save the mouth for last usually because sometimes I do the mouth with black lines around it, or sometimes I just use colour to do it. But when you just colour it, sometimes I feel like it can like blur the actual shape of the lips a bit and not represent the true sketch. So that is something to bear in mind as you practice. When I'm drawing glasses, I don't outline them and then colour them in. I kind of just fill it all in when it's like the outline of when we're fine lining the sketch. Because my frames are black, so I don't need to worry too much about that. I feel like before I started doing traditional art, it was quite difficult to grow because you're always kind of afraid that you're going to mess up and you don't want to you don't want to waste resources. Whereas on digital, it's like an infinite amount of resources, so it's just like beep boop beep. And that's why I think I'm less afraid of making mistakes in art now, because I have had a way to experiment and be more comfortable making mistakes. I am hungry. Colour theory. I was watching a video on colour theory yesterday. So it goes,
choose your fighter. LAKEY inspired. Fight.
purple. That was like such a maths problem in my head. Oh my god, that was really difficult. Okay, so I've pretty much... oh wait, lips. Lippy, lippy, lip, lip, lip. Okay, at the moment I'm wearing a muted red lipstick, so I have a colour already mixed for that. Wait, if I do that... that's too dark. Okay, I'm gonna go to the default one I go to. Yeah, love this colour. I want it on the inside of my eyelids, so when I close my eyes I can just look at it whenever I want. So the colours are all gone. Oh my god, that was horrendous, but yes. Are you seeing the resemblance? I kind of am. And I'm liking it. Now I'm going to move on to shading. We're almost done with this masterpiece we're creating together. So then when I'm doing shading, I like to take the colour that I'm going to shade, so this skin colour for instance, and then I like to go to the colour wheel and I move it round to kind of a reddish pink, because I like shading with a darkish purplish red colour, which kind of contrasts with the skin a bit and adds a bit of zhuzh to the thing. So let's see, there's more shadow underneath here. I don't actually use a photo image of myself, a photo of myself as reference usually, because I've spent enough time looking in the mirror to memorise my face. So sometimes, I think that's why sometimes my portraits are a bit too forgiving, but what are you gonna do? Shadows, I know people say to pay attention to where the light's coming from, so the light's coming from this side, I believe, so shadows are going to be more on this side of the face. The hair looks kind of weird, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't really know what else to do with that. Let's move on to the t-shirt, and then we have the mouth, and then we will be done. Or wherever, let's move on to clothes shading. You do you from the, like, I don't know what the line is called, the armpit area line. Okay, I think I'm done. So on 3, do you want to show each other what we've done? Oh wait, lips, oh my god, lips and the scrunchie. 3, 2, 1, let's show each other the finished project. Yay! I'm gonna flash up a photo here. If you did this with me today, I would love to see your portrait, obviously, so please post it on Instagram and tag me. I would love to see your work and your beautiful face. So if you enjoyed this and it was a nice relaxing treat, we got to just sit back and draw together today. If you enjoyed that, please let me know, because I'd like to make this a series. If you didn't enjoy it, I'm probably going to make it a series anyway, because the haters stay mad. The haters stay mad. Please tag me in your work. Please consider donating to the causes below and signing petitions, and just using your voice to make a change. And they're in the description below. So please, thank you. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!